Microsoft has a secret kill switch in your computer. Here's what it can do. Believe it or not, Microsoft can remotely kill your computer, quite literally, or at least terminate its session. But how in the world do they do this, and why should they be allowed to do such things? We will soon find out. Microsoft can quite literally stop you from using your computer, at any given time, without prior notice or warning. Microsoft may do this if they suspect you're doing suspicious activity with your computer, or you're being investigated by law enforcement or your government agency, in which Microsoft may be asked to not let you access your own computer. But what if you have done absolutely nothing wrong whatsoever? That does not change the fact that Microsoft can kill your computer's session right there and then, and believe you me, this is not something new. Microsoft has secretly baked kill switches into Windows, probably since the Windows 95 days. I am dead set serious. They have had the market share for the longest time, which allows Microsoft to completely control our environments, to the point where it can affect our ability to use the computer in its intended ways. How crazy is that? The very company that dominates the computer industry effectively renders its own operating system useless. If they think you're doing something which they do not like, they can and will terminate your Windows session. Ever gotten a blue screen of death randomly? Maybe Microsoft purposely did that to stop you from using your computer, because you were supposedly acting suspicious, or some shit like that. Some lame-ass excuse to cover up the real reason Microsoft stopped you using your Windows PC. Regardless of any terms and conditions, if Microsoft really wants to kill your computer remotely, then they can absolutely do that. They are within their legal rights to do this, and it sounds crazy, and let me assure you, this is crazy shit, but it's reality, and you have to accept it for what it is, because facts don't care about your opinions, and reality does not care about your so-called facts. So if that's the case, Microsoft can do whatever the hell they want to your computer, at any given time, and apparently, according to some news sources, Microsoft may terminate computers which have been found to be sharing non-mainstream media online, though this has yet to be backed up with any credible sources and evidence, so I cannot officially state if this is true or not. Your guess is as good as mine. Only time will tell if this is the real reason as to why Microsoft built a kill switch into your system, but for the most part, I don't think people are going to start randomly sharing non-mainstream media online. And for Microsoft to effectively kill your Windows system, even if you have done absolutely nothing wrong whatsoever, they can and will kill your computer, if they really want to stop you from using it. This kill switch is nothing new either. It's been hiding in Windows, probably for over 20 years, which means that since Windows XP, Microsoft has been able to remotely kill Windows computers, without prior notice or valid reason as to why they will remotely kill your computer. They will kill it if they want to, and you want to know how they can brick your computer. Automatic updates. Yes, you heard that right, automatic updates. The people at Microsoft have special access to the source code in the Windows operating system. Automatic updates can brick your PC. Let's say someone at Microsoft is having a bad day and they really don't want to be at work today. Well, that person can go chuck in some of his or her own code which can effectively kill or destroy your system, or possibly even worse. And since you do not have access to the source code, how can you possibly know what's causing the kill switch effect? Microsoft can not only destroy and terminate your PC, they can also remotely access your online accounts, especially if it's a Microsoft account. They can access your external hard drives, your cloud storage. Everything is in their hands because you are putting your trust into the hands of a company that, let's just say, has never been bright in years past. Microsoft has always done and always will engage in shady business practices, and the end result is that we suffer a great deal of pain and suffering. That kill switch cannot be disabled by you, only Microsoft can turn it off if they want to. How crazy is it to think that automatic updates can literally kill your PC? They quite literally can prevent you from doing what needs to be done. So please explain to me why I should ever put any of my trust into the hands of these filthy dirty motherfuckers that will kill your PC at every opportunity they get. Microsoft is a menace, and they have so much power and control over your computer that you effectively don't own it, but rather, Microsoft owns it, and you're just renting the computer to get some work done. When you're finished renting, Microsoft expects you to now spend thousands more to rent a new computer. Windows 11 is not an upgrade. It is a rental system that forces you to upgrade with money, and if you don't like Windows 11, that's just too bad. Microsoft is the landlord and you have absolutely no control over what they do to your computer, unless of course you use Linux, which then completely revokes Microsoft's access to your computer and fully prevents them from even being able to see what you're doing. Since no Linux distro has tracking or telemetry, and the majority of them are not backed by companies like Microsoft, Microsoft does not make Linux distros either. So if you want to escape the kill switch threat, there is really only one way to do so, and that is to switch all of your computers to non-Microsoft operating systems, and if you think Apple is any better, your head needs to be checked. They too can remotely kill your computer. Essentially, any operating system which is controlled and owned by a company can effectively be killed at any time without prior warning. Linux, BSD, and other free and open source systems do not suffer from these issues, because Microsoft, and those other companies, have absolutely no say in what goes on in the world of Linux. But believe you me, Microsoft wants to control Linux users too, and they probably will, provided they are in the right conditions and have the right tools. They will be spying on us Linux users too, just you wait and see. Has Microsoft lost their mind or some shit? Why on God's green fucking earth should we have to put up and shut up and let the devil control the very thing we bought and paid for with our own money? Why should we let Microsoft destroy our precious data and potentially lose it forever? Why let these cunts do such things to us? Microsoft is not at all within their right to destroy our fucking expensive computers and laptops. We use them to get our work done. Microsoft will kill your computer if you even give the slightest hint it has non-mainstream media on it, or there is just something about your system in particular that Microsoft does not like. Well, guess what? They are gonna do whatever they see fit, and there is absolutely nothing you can do about it. And I have heard that Linux distros suffer from this issue too, but you have got to be kidding me when you say Linux has a kill switch. I mean, that is kind of true, because if the developer of a distro wants to shut down their project, it could result in you losing access to your system, but I assure you that no Linux developer will ever be as evil or have as little regard as Microsoft or any other big tech company. Seriously, what the fuck is Microsoft doing? Randomly killing computers and terminating them, because they supposedly shared media which is not presented on mainstream media. So what? This is something so small and trivial that the thought of Microsoft even putting a kill switch into your PC just pisses me off so much I would scream at the top of my lungs to Microsoft, if I really wanted to, but let's be honest, one person cannot make a difference. So that means that one person switching to Linux does not affect Microsoft in the slightest. However, if we had everyone, total population is around 8 billion, stop using Windows and move to something else, this would spark a reaction from Microsoft, one which could destroy Linux and free and open source software. So I don't think everyone moving to Linux is going to be the answer to Microsoft's secret kill switch. What I do think is a better guide is to simply run the computer offline so you do not risk Microsoft bricking your PC, or effectively killing it with a kill switch. If you are sick of being treated like shit by Microsoft, you don't have to worry anymore. Plenty of great beginner-friendly Linux distros exist that can help you transition over to Linux, and with Linux, what you see is what you get. You don't get no tracking, no telemetry, no spyware, bloatware, adware, or any crap like that. It's completely free to use and is open source, meaning anyone can study, modify, and distribute the source code. Linux also gives older machines a new lease on life, so perhaps that old desktop or laptop that has been collecting dust for years could be put to good use with a lightweight Linux system. Switching to Linux really is not all that hard, provided you are prepared to abandon proprietary software in favor of free and open source software, and that you're prepared to learn something new, because Linux almost certainly is not as easy to use as Windows. Even the beginner-friendly distros take some getting used to, and you're gonna have to be prepared to learn some terminal skills. This is a fundamental part of using Linux, and the power of Linux lies deep within the terminal, so if you want to use Linux, you better be prepared for the shit it's going to throw at you. But hey, at least Microsoft cannot effectively kill switch your machine anymore, or at least so you thought, because if you use Microsoft products inside of Linux, then no, they can still kill switch your system, through the Microsoft Edge browser, through Microsoft Teams, and soon enough, I am sure that Microsoft will use artificial intelligence to kill switch every operating system. They really do not want you using Linux or some other non-Microsoft operating system. I am sure Microsoft will find a way to even kill switch phones and tablets at some point, or maybe I am just being overly paranoid, but guess what? I have every reason to be as paranoid as all hell, because Microsoft can destroy your life, as well as your technology and equipment, so why should you not be fearful of them? Microsoft might be the reason you get an unexpected visit from the police, or they might sue you for sharing non-mainstream media and haul your ass off to jail. Just remember that they have all the power and you have absolutely none, so don't be surprised if the cops come knocking on your door anytime soon. Maybe Microsoft is the reason the police are investigating you. They potentially sold your data to the police and now the police think you're acting suspicious. Thanks a lot Microsoft, for destroying many lives. We really appreciate that, don't we? Anyway, that will do it for this video folks. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. See you next video. Bye for now.